Several years ago in Mississauga, a firefighter named Kevin Bailey was a member of Pump 14, and unfortunately he died in an ice climbing accident, and he was very close with his crew, and in his honor they decided that they were going to sponsor a World Vision child. So shortly after that, 9/11 happened, and as firefighters, globally, we all kind of felt very helpless. So the firefighters that were from Kevin's Hall went to World Vision and just said, listen, is there anything else for us to do? Because we really feel like we need to do something and there's nothing we can do there to help out. So at that time, ironically enough, there was a small village in Peru called Ventanilla, and they had just had a devastating fire there. I think they lost approximately 200 homes in 15 minutes, and that was partly because of lack of equipment, but it was also because of a lack of water. They don't have a hydrant system, drinking water, things like that. So they lost basically their entire community. So that need was identified through World Vision, and the firefighters went down there to assist them. What it started with, they identified a need for an auto extrication program for training in that regard. But what ended up happening over the course of 3 years, they did train the firefighters in auto extrication and they did bring their level of expertise up. But over the course of 3 years, approximately $200,000 was raised to have clean drinking water brought from Lima, Peru to Ventanilla, which was the final genesis of that program. After they left Peru, they were in a much better position, again, a more sustainable community, and hopefully better off for Firefighters Without Borders having been there.
I've been involved with Firefighters Without Borders for approximately 2.5 years now. I thought now at my stage in life, my children have actually all left home. It's just my wife and I at home. I have a lot more time on my hands. And I thought with the little bit of experience that I do have, and I'm not saying I have a lot of experience, but with that experience I have, I'd like to start to share it with other people. That's the reason why I joined Firefighters Without Borders. I worked with Al Hills, who was the president of the organization. We worked closely. After a few months, I got involved with him. We did some more work. I did some helping him source some materials. Managed to get some volunteer stuff from different organizations. Eventually, he asked me to become a member of the board, on the board, of which I'm the secretary right now. That's how I got involved with Firefighters Without Borders. The one thing I noticed with the firefighters here is their commitment. They really are committed to learn. You don't see it, of course there's always the exception. You may see a few people just stood in the background, but generally they want to get hands-on, they want to learn. A couple of tool stations we had, for example today, they were actually quoting passages from the Matro handbook, things that we don't very often review, but they were actually giving us stuff that they'd obviously reviewed overnight to get a teaching plan together. Hopefully some of the skills that they pick up today, our goal is that obviously that they take those away and share with the rest of their crew. That's been a big surprise. The biggest surprise also is the fact that how much knowledge that we can help them with. Just simple hand tools. We can give them skills. They seem a lot more confident in the auto extrication now as compared to Tuesday when we first arrived at the scrapyard. By Thursday, they had a lot of confidence, which in the space of 4 days is incredible.
All the team members from Firefighters Without Borders are giving them tremendous training. So they are now going to be what we would call at home a trainer. So now they're going to go back, these 34 men are going to go back and train their own firefighters in their stations and regions. We're in a wrecking yard here that we were able to acquire 10 vehicles to show them how to do auto-X, stabilize vehicles, use airbags, and it's been a good experience up here in this little mountain. I think day one was a little bit slow because we all had to get to know each other and we have to trust each other. They are our brothers and we're their brothers as firefighters, and they've progressed tremendously now that we're at day 4. They are very, very eager to do whatever task is given them. You ask them to move a car, they pick it up and move it manually. and they have large cranes on their vehicles. They're just so eager to help you, and they want to learn, and we're doing a tremendous job for them, and they're very appreciative.
The ultimate goal is to help them get a hand up instead of a hand out, and help them to be self-sustaining when they operate after we're gone.
During this trip to Honduras, we've brought in 35 firefighters from across the country, and our goal this week is to spend 5 days with them so we can teach them auto extrication. We are working on a range of topics, helping them use equipment that they already have, from heavy hydraulic tools to very simple hand tools, because we realize that across the country there's a wide range of equipment that's available to them. Some fire stations have some fairly advanced equipment. Other fire stations are working with very simple hand tools. So we're helping them achieve or perform extrication to their maximum capacity with the tools that they do have with them. But more importantly, it's a train the trainer program, so that at the end of the week, these firefighters will be able to go back to their home communities, into their neighboring fire station, and teach the techniques and take the tools, some of the tools back that we've provided with them.
The best thing that we have done this trip is utilizing our train the trainer model and watching these firefighters not only learn the skills but then learn to teach them, and for that it means so much, because here knowledge is power, and they're able now to pass on that knowledge and to get the training out into areas where they can't easily, it's not easily accessible for them. But now the firefighters that have come with us during this trip, they're from all over the place, so when they go back they're going to be able to help their own communities, and in a sustainable way, because they're teaching their firefighters now the skills that they've learned, and they can pass on that information. So from a group of 30 firefighters, they may be able to train each 10 additional firefighters. So for myself as a member of Firefighters Without Borders, it's really rewarding, because 30 trained firefighters potentially could have just turned into 300 trained firefighters, and for what that means to them on a larger scope is amazing. It's great to be a part of something as large as that.
On this trip, I happen to be the lead instructor on extrication. Other team members have been involved in medical or organization or promotion or what have you. So to take that type of teamwork and to go forward would be something that we're looking forward to, and developing our relationship with World Vision and with Honduras for another several years, and then maybe to progress further than that and have other relationships and other trips to other countries that might need our help. I joined the group to use the knowledge, skills that I've attained in Mississauga, and to take the job that I love, and to be able to help other people in the parts of the world, and so that they can help their own community.
My aha moment this week, working with these firefighters, would probably be just seeing them understand and implement the information that we've given them, and to watch them after they've been trained and after they've been given the opportunity to hone their skills, to actually utilize those skills and start thinking scenarios through. This week in particular, we're doing auto extrication, as you can see behind me. But to actually see them implement the tools and implement the ideas and the training that we're teaching them, and have them take that and use it on their own. Every year, through World Vision, we are able to send a large container of equipment down, and what for us, what we need to do is pre-plan what we're going to need to use for the entire year, because the shipment only goes once a year, but we're doing trips twice a year. We have set down portable pumps. We've sent down approximately 600 sets of bunker gear. We've sent down KED extrication devices, auto extrication equipment, first aid equipment, things like that. And with the next trip, we're going to be implementing our hazardous materials response program. So all of the resources and the books that they're going to be using for that trip have been sent down in advance, so that we're ready to go in the fall.